word. I mean, I don't really know how to describe this game. Well, I actually do know. It was just the second half was so poor, and in particular that third term. If we look here, we were in the game. In fact, we were controlling the game. We were the better team for majority of the game in that first half, and then Freo just blew us out of the water. If I can find the worm here, somewhere. I don't think I can see it, but I mean, yeah, massive disappointment considering where we were in the game. Just for that to fall apart, and I actually give credit to Reid. He actually played really well today. 28 disposals, I think, something like that. Oh, only 18. Okay, well, maybe I don't give as much credit as I initially. Someone told me he got 28. Anyway, 18 disposals, 10 clearances for Reid. He was being tagged by Fife until Fife got injured. And then Young was on him, but I mean, yeah, just like we just had so much intensity and effort, and our pressure was right up there all the way through that first half, and then it completely fell off. I don't know what team talk they got at half time, but the Dockers, but they came out and they were absolutely dominating. Like, I saw them coming off at half time after like a half against the Eagles, so they played horrible. And I was just watching them and I was like, why are they so happy? Like, that's something that maybe we can learn from the Dockers. Like, if anything, like, just keep the morale high, because I mean, they were going into the halftime break, like celebrating in horrible terms. But yeah, I mean, a couple of melees broke out, especially one where they got this, like after they kicked a goal, we gave away a free kick. That really just, from that moment on, we had no chance. Yeah, and Reid was getting me away with that. But overall, I just think it was too easy for them to get it out of our forward half, out of our forward 50. And there were talks about putting Cole forward for the pure purpose of preventing Clark coming out of that D50, so he's a defensive forward. But that obviously didn't happen. And with the outcomes of today, Freo sitting tied with second, and they're only 6 points off first, so Freo have had a good season. Carlton's slipping, but the big thing is the Dogs beating the Swans, and that just the only thing that does is congested. It makes it way more congested between second and 12. It is a 10-point gap, but if you look at the little mini battles, there's a little breakaway group here from 7th ahead, which is kind of unfolded, and we see it's a battle we can see for top 4. Obviously, Brizzy are now Carlton are now not set for top 4. Brizzy and Freo jumping Carlton, so Carlton have to grind out a couple more games to solidify their place in the top 4. And they obviously lost to Port. So yeah, some of the lower teams beating the top 4 teams, which is always going to make it tighter inside the 8. Port beating Carlton and Dogs beating Sydney are the examples of that. The D's lost again. Who did they lose to? They lost to JWS. See, if the D's beat that game, if the D's won in that game, then this would be so much more closer. There'll be more teams. Giants would have to scrap, and D's would have life, and I reckon we'd see it'd be a lot more entertaining. But the Giants were the better team in the end, and D's were coming back late. Collingwood and their losing streak. Suns they lost to the better team even at home, and they just can't get it right on the road either. Like St Kilda are almost going to catch the Suns now. So the Suns definitely, I don't think they deserve finals this year, but they just need to fix up their away form, and that there would be a team to beat for sure. Our window's opened up for so many teams to get in the 4 and also in the 8. Hawks have got a foot in the door of the 8. Essendon have slipped. They looked comfortable inside the top 4. If we go back to round 15, they were sitting pretty in third. If we go back to round 10, so they've been definitely very comfortable inside the 8. And also one thing I've noticed is Gold Coast have only got 3 wins since round 10, or 2 wins actually. Look at their form here. I think I could be wrong about that. Let me just quickly check, because that is also something to keep an eye on, because I feel like Gold Coast, when is it their time to go big? If we go to round 10 here. So since then, they beat Essendon. They beat Collingwood. They beat Port. So they've only had 3 wins since round 10, which is pretty disappointing for a team. Well, they're not a big household name, but they're a team with lots of good players, and they've got an all-round good squad. And I just feel like it might have been a season. This season they might just have to write it off and go again next season, and try and improve on their away form, of course. But that all in all, they've got good percentage. How do I think the eight will pan out? For me, I think Sydney will finish first. I think Carlton will steady the ship and they'll finish second. I'll go Brizzy in third and Freo in fourth. Actually, I might just quickly do a predictor here. I'll just make it real quick, so you don't have to. I won't talk through it, but I just want to see how it's gonna play out. I reckon Sydney win. I just want to see how the season would play out. I reckon North will pip us. I reckon they'll just pip us in that game. What the hell? Just because it's in Bloodstone and they play pretty well there, and we don't have the best form. Freo, I guess. I think Melbourne get it done at the G. Hawks, because they're just in such a good run of form. St Kilda. I reckon Bulldogs have been in good form, so I'll win that. I reckon this is a game. I reckon Essendon will win that one. Suns. Okay, this is the final round. Brizzy, Carlton, Cats, Hawks, Melbourne. No, I reckon Pies win that one. Gold Coast. No, I reckon Richmond will win that one. Last game of the season. The Dogs in third. Freo at home. Dogs finishing fourth though. Okay, so this is my final ladder. I've got the Dogs in 4th. I don't, oh jeez, I don't think that will happen, but I'm actually surprised that I've got them ending up in 4th. Carlton dropped to 5th. Free Brizzy and Sydney stay in the same order. Hawks jump up into the 8. Giants slip to 7th. Port slip to 9th. So this is what, based on like a quick 2-minute prediction, the final ladder will be. Anyway, that's pretty much it. At the end of the day, this loss just came down to what is it? It came down to we not playing for 4 quarters, lack of intensity and lack of belief once they came at us. I feel like it all just crumbled. They started winning more of the contested stuff. They had more space. They started winning the clearances, and that really put us back. And we were outmanned. And I feel like Barras it was his 150th game today, well not today, but on the day. But I feel like he was really poor in this game, and they were so lethal with Tracy and Amos didn't have much of a say. I think he kicked a goal, but I mean, they're just so, I don't know, they were too good for us in the end, and that's what I'll put it down to pretty much everything I've said, and anyway, thank you guys for listening to the Eagle Report, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.